competition with myself. Ready for anything since I was 12. Making some moves, but you never can tell. Study from GOAT, so I'm never gonna fail. Kill a beat to make a statement, but it's something even greater. Eating every time I write a word, still saving something.
Dang, so you did one in Vegas. That's crazy.
Yeah, so the Vegas one was very fun. Honestly, that was a fun one. That was my first out of state episode.
Whoa, that's cool.
And it was very blessing. So stay tuned. There's going to be a part 2 for that one, and it'll come out. I am going to be going back up soon, so you guys stay tuned. There will be a part 2 with Camp 14K. So y'all know. So that's going to be in the works. But so if you guys are ready, I mean, shall we get this started?
I think I am ready to get this started. Want me to keep that on, turn that off? How you feeling?
We good. You're good.
A little bit of drafty.
It helps.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's all good. So, all right, let's get started, everybody. And, for chat too, I'll make sure I remind myself to say chat as well. So welcome guys to another episode of Around the Loop. You guys actually get to see this with special guest star appearance, Gideon. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, Gideon, for being on today's episode of Around the Loop. Honestly, thank you for setting up this process here. It's the first live stream Twitch episode I've ever done. So you guys are actually seeing this raw firsthand. So this is very, very exciting, And just we wanted to give you a round of applause for being on the show today. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for being on Around the Loop.
I'm honored, man. I appreciate you hitting me up about it. Like I said earlier in the stream, shout out Balance, man. It was really, really cool of that because you actually hit me up quicker. Like, I didn't even get a chance to even talk to him about it. So I was like, oh, Stan, this is really, and then the fact that he came to my show, dude, I appreciate that. It's always, when any type of support. It means a lot for sure.
Yeah, no problem. And honestly, thank you for inviting me to your show. It was really dope, and I always love going to things that give back to the community and stuff like that. So seeing that event, especially down at the amphitheater, a forbidden place for all the skaters. Right. Yeah, you couldn't skate down there, and there was a whole skate event. So seeing something that never happens because you weren't allowed to do it legally, that was actually really dope. And the whole event giving back to the community was really nice. And then the performance that you did up there too was really dope, especially with your young artists on there too. It was phenomenal just seeing the energy back and forth. Like, just
Shout
very proud of
Marie,
you guys.
Man. Christine Marie, man, yeah, it's a blessing that I, am able to work with her, and it was her, she was able to bring me in, and I always give her hype, and I'm always her, her hype man.
Very proud of her.
Coach or whatever that I need to be because, at the end of the day, it's family. And, it's just, it's really, it's a really cool event, especially being in my city. The amphitheater is something we always walk by, as an Oceanside, native. We know that, that's a dope spot. But the fact that I was able to perform there was cool. I was like, man, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of a testament to what I can do, when I'm doing it. So it's just, it was a blessing. And then, like I said, any type of support is always, greatly appreciated. So
so like I said, I really appreciate you inviting me out there. And, thank you. Shout out to Balance. Thank you very much for opening this hallway of opportunities. Like, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here today with Gideon. So Thank you very much, man, for opening up this hallway of opportunities.
Yes, sir.
So, as we roll into today's episode, we're going to get started. We're going to get definitely started. And so I wanted to actually ask you to introduce yourself. Well, it's funny because you're already introducing yourself to the chat, but for the rest of the folks of Around the Loop, wanted you to introduce yourself and, talk about your profession. You don't have to say exactly what you do for your main job. You don't have to say that. It's all good. But, let's get in depth with it.
No, for sure, man. Yeah, I'm Gideon Moore. I'm from Oceanside, California, and I'm a music artist, college student. I've been doing music for pretty much since high school, and just been, performing my music and trying to master that craft of hip-hop and entertainment and, just musical engineering. Went to school for it, changed majors, how college is. So once I was able to understand the music industry and then just kind of fully, project myself into that network, I got a network and have different people to see different options again, because I came from, we didn't even really listen to rap growing up, so it was just cool to see that, and being from Oceanside, you have that sense of pride, so I just kind of carry that with me into anything I do.
Oh, thank you for sharing that, honestly, and shout out to Oceanside as well for having so much talent, so much unique talent, from music artists to comedians to photographers. We have beat producers, you name it, we have it. And we we even have boxers too. We have it all. We have it all here.
Yeah, professional athletes, NFL players, NBA players.
Yes, we do actually. There's a couple I can name off the rip. And
same, yeah.
Super proud of everybody. Super proud of Oceanside. You keep doing you, Oceanside. Keep making us proud. So I wanted to ask, like, I usually ask every artist there about how you come up with your artist name.
Okay.
And some people say they have a funny story. Some people are like, oh, it's just my name. So I wanted to ask, how did you come up with your artist name?
So, I was very young, right? So this is like 7th grade, 8th grade. I would always see my brother rapping. Shout out to Shakoba. He was always rapping with a group. He was always in the studio. And so when I started writing and they heard me rap my little rap, they would call me G-Bombs.
Okay.
And so I'm like, what I'm saying? We're just messing around with it because it's home. Like, it's my cousin's, my actual brother. So it's like, it's just something I really liked. And then when I think it's when I hit high school. Once I hit high school and started, writing more and recording more and performing more, my actual name was just enough. I it's just, I haven't really met another Gideon. I think I met one Gideon in my life.
Okay.
It's like, what I'm saying? It's just one of those things where I don't even really, and I don't, wouldn't want to change it.
It's unique, and I appreciate that you share that, because some people have different origins, and
right.
that you stuck with that. So how long did it take for you to actually stick with that, your actual name for your artist name, until you did the switch?
I would say like probably right when I hit high school, because I was like, every time I heard it, I'm like, G-Bombs don't sound cool. Okay. You know what I mean? But it's like funny because it was really just an instant. You know what I'm saying? I never really, and once so we had a group before Astro Gang called Ether Minded People. And the real ones, chat, I know you guys know this, man. Ether Minded People was my first debut step into music. And that's, that's really was based on my brother and based off one of the homies. And, so we just, we were able to write our own stuff and produce our own stuff. And that's when I really got into, music. And that's when I just was kind of like, Gideon, I want to, if I'm introducing myself to somebody, I'm going to say Gideon. You know what I'm saying? So.
Got you. So since you say, talking about introducing yourself to somebody, to a new person, how would you normally describe yourself to a new person if they're going to meet you for the first time? How can you describe yourself normally? Because some people say cool, calm, collective. Some people say like I'll match your energy, or whatever the case is. How do you go about that?
Oh man, that's a good question. I'd say I would probably describe myself as I would say a good listener.
Okay.
I would say a good listener because I like to observe, and shout out to Honey. She's out here chilling, you know what I mean? But I like to observe, man, and I'm a good listener, and I don't ever like to put myself above anybody else. So I'd say I'm a calm spirit, So
nice. That's very humbling.
It's very. It was just taught to me like that. I'd say again, shout out my brother.
That's a blessing, honestly, and that's a blessing to have a big brother that's able to guide you like that. Like it really is. It really is, because being cool, calm, and collective like that, and being observant is honestly going to save you compared to being a hothead.
Exactly.
Being a hothead does not get you far, and everybody goes through a process of being a hothead. Everybody at one point of their age, is a hothead. It happens. It happens, but you grow out of it. Out of it. That's real. There's no point to start violence right away. Just everybody has their own daily struggles and whatnot. You don't know what the other person's going through. So you might be having a bad day and they're having a worse day. So
it's facts.
Yeah, just mind your business, live your life, and do you.
And I do also say I'm a D1. I'm D1 at minding my own business. I am the best at minding my own business. I mean, anybody chat too? Like you guys know, I am the best at that, bro.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, back then, I didn't have social media. Well, I had social media for a while, and then I got rid of it for about, I want to say almost about 4 or 5 years now. Reason being, it was creating a lot of problems with you. And to let chat know, this is real. I'm a grown man, but I wasn't doing so well in the beginning. I was being a little unfaithful asshole. Excuse my French. But anyways, yeah, no, I had to fix myself, and I wasn't right, you know. And after seeking God and everything and getting myself together, honestly, I really wanted to be with the woman I was with, and yeah, no, I had what is it called, wandering eyes. So it wasn't me. Right. So I wasn't proud of it, and cleaned myself up together. Got rid of social media altogether. It was just there's a lot of poison back then, and I'm barely back now, but only for Instagram. That's really it, and YouTube. So yeah, no, it's a social media is wild.
That's true, man. I can attest to that, man. That's cool, man. That's really cool that you were able to, learn from that. Dude, everybody makes mistakes. I feel like
definitely
when social media puts people out there, and I'm sorry to reference my album one more time, but I have this song called "Different Place, Same Life," and it's because the first half of the song is kind of like a different place. Okay. So it's called A Different Place, but there's a switch up that goes into Same Life.
So you got a 2-beat.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I dig that.
Yeah, and so what I talk about in the second part, Same Life, is like social media portrays all these good lives. You're going to see that. You're going to see the whole crazy stuff that happens on social media and be like, I mean, that's obviously instantly, demeaning to you. You're like, dang, I don't have that. There's multiple ways you can look at it, but a lot of it, especially at a younger age, it's like, man, how do I get that? And people are so hungry for that. So yeah, man, that's how it is. But knowing how social media is, and how to do it, and educating yourself on, okay, really, utilizing it as a tool instead of, having it dictate your own life. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So I wanted to ask you, and then chat as well. Like, what did you want to be as a kid? Like, what were you as a kid different now as an adult? Because sometimes it changes. So like, what you wanted to be a kid isn't the same what you are now.
Damn, that's a good question. I'd say maybe when I was a kid, I was saying that I really liked space. When I was a small kid, you're talking about elementary, I'm just like, I want to go up there, because every time you see it, it's like so always crazy. Like you always see a picture of a galaxy, and you're like, whoa. I would say, but when I went to middle school, I started playing sports and meeting athletes, and I was like, this is really cool. So I held on to that athlete dream all the way up until I started doing music.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, it was really just as a kid, I knew that I wanted to do, to kind of see that vision. But then when I started getting older, and especially with the people surrounding me, I mean, obviously shout out to my family for raising me correctly. I always,
that's a big blessing.
Yeah,
it is.
It's like, it's tough, and it actually is something I was blessed with, because I can actually professionalize myself when I need to, and talk to people as a human being, and not what I'm saying. So that is one thing I am grateful for in that sense. But yeah, man, if I was I definitely wish too, and this is one of my wishes, that I did do music, or just pursue engineering of music sooner, because that really was on an uprise at a time where I didn't even really know what was going on. It was just music.
I see.
So it's like I really like music to that extent where I'm in it. You know what I'm saying? I really love to hear it, and the different sounds and the different things that come together to put it together is something I'm interested in. So it's dope, man. It's dope. I'm glad at a young age I knew that. Because the Astros, it really came with me and my cousin too, so we really made that up.
Nice.
But I didn't really put that together until my mom was talking, because I told my mom about my music, and she was like, Astros, and she was like, because I was like, Mom, didn't I, like, when I was a kid, didn't I say like I want to be an astronaut or something? And she was like, yeah, you were always like, you were always into that, the space stuff. So I'm like, yeah, of course. And shout out to Star Wars.
There we go. Maybe one of these days. I mean, they do have flights where they take you up to like, can't remember what part of the atmosphere, but you go like zero gravity.
That shit's crazy.
So one of these days, man, you might be able to go out there.
I might be an astronaut, bro. You never
it might
know.
happen,
What?
actually.
Come on now.
Getting in space. There we go.
Imagine, chat.
Hey, anything's possible.
That would be crazy. Anything
really
is possible, so that's true.
That is definitely true. So I appreciate you sharing that. And, I wanted to ask you about your upcoming, your childhood and how life was for the folks around the loop and the folks on, for the folks on chat as well.
Yeah.
And how was that?
Yeah, man. So it's kind of wild, actually. So basically, my dad is in the military, so he him and my mom met he was active and in the Philippines, and happened very fast. They, so mom moved here, and blah blah blah. And my upbringing was, I was born in Balboa, in SD, but I lived in Oceanside pretty much up until second grade. And so when second grade hit, we moved to the Philippines.
What?
Okay. Yeah. So that's where Guest Gideon comes from.
This is cool.
So, what's up, Elon? How's
it going?
Yes, sir. Okay. He said Kai started. Hey, shout out Kai Sinat, bro. Hey, we gonna watch the marathon too. We reacting to all that. My bad. So second grade, we moved to the Philippines, and it was crazy because my dad, he was already going through a lot of dementia. He was in the Korean War and the Vietnam War, so he was, it was tough, dude.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Pops. I actually have a song, R.I.P. Pops, on the album too. I'm gonna put that on there.
Looking forward to hearing that.
But so with that, he, actually sold our house that we had here without, kind of letting us know. So we thought we were going for a vacation. Yeah, crazy, right? Crazy. So
how long was it till you found out it wasn't a vacation?
Oh, dude, you don't even understand.
I'm curious.
Again, shout out to my brother Shakoba, man. We're just out there, man. Like, and it was cool. I mean, in the beginning, it was fun because we're out there and we're, I'm a kid, you know. But yeah, when we did find out, it was kind of crazy because my mom didn't even know. So it was just kind of a thing of like, oh, what the heck? And so, we didn't have a place there. We did end up obviously making arrangements to come back, but they wanted us to go to that school year there. So I went to third grade in the Philippines. Yeah, so my whole third grade year was in the Philippines.
Was it English or was it Tagalog? Or
it was straight Tagalog.
Oh, wow.
I mean, some Ilocano.
Okay.
And I don't even know Tagalog like that. I mean, I know a few things in here and there, but dude, it was rough. I mean,
I can imagine.
We were listening to Lil Wayne on the computers. I mean, it was crazy because we were not used to it. But yeah, so third grade, we're in the Philippines, and we finally make that way out of the Philippines and trying to come back home to Oceanside. And we make a few stops. So right after the Philippines, and my dad was really cool because we had the Space A travel. Okay. So we were traveling literally in like on the sides, where you sit on the sides of the plane. It was really sick.
It was dope.
And we would go. We went to Guam first.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was really cool. We actually did stop over to Hawaii too. Hawaii was really cool. Neat. Yeah, it was really cool at that point. Then we had family in Guam, so we stayed in Guam for a little bit, but we actually went to Texas first. Okay. Because we had family there. So I actually went to fourth grade in Texas. And then after that school year, we went to Paris, California. So over there by there. And one of my mom's Filipino friends had a house that he was going to leave for a year to go to the Philippines. And so we ended up using that house. But that house was, shout out that house. You know what I'm saying? It was such a dope house, man. Freaking fifth grade was so cool. That was like really dope. When I started playing video games tough, that is when I started gaming really tough.
So what were you gaming at the time then?
Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and 3.
Ooh, okay, so I played that before. I'm not that great, but I can definitely play.
Oh man, dude, that was...
It's fun.
Yeah, man, it was crazy.
Wow.
Second grade was a cosmic shift. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it really was, bro. No, it really was. But so yeah, we're in Paris, and we know how, and we actually were able to travel all the way to Oceanside here and there. So I ended up reconnecting with a lot of my friends. You know, they were
that's really cool.
Yeah, and they were like, "Where the heck did you go?" And I'm like, "Dude, I went
You
everywhere."
wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, for real. So and then so after Paris, we're like, okay, we we can get an apartment. And bro, funny thing, these apartment complexes are where we moved back into when I was in 6th grade. This apartment complex, it's crazy, bro. So I went to MLK for my my 6th grade year.
Okay,
and that was when I saw everybody. I was like, they were like, "What the freak? Why do you look familiar?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't even know. Like, who is everybody?" But no, I did recognize a lot of people. It was really cool because I did reconnect with a lot of homies and stuff like that. So 6th grade to 8th grade, MLK life, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to MLK. We talked a lot about it on the podcast that we did the other night. Shout out to a whole lot of nonsense chat that's happening. And then, so then after that, and throughout all of this, my mom and dad were very religious, so they were Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay. So, dude, I was doing the whole door-to-door, suit and tie, talking to people.
Oh, wow. So you have any stories about that? Do you have any crazy encounters?
Yes. So I would go door-to-door, right? And this is a funny story about my dad, too. I would never forget this. Like, I told this so many times to people. It's like we're always sharing stories, and like, so we're going up to door-to-door, and you have to knock on the door.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I think I was in fourth or fifth grade, like when I was in Texas or Paris going to those schools. I think it was during us doing that, and he's just talking to them, and he's like, he has to do his little introduction and forever. I do not remember. Cheers. And then we freaking, dude, he was saying something to her, right? And she just started getting angry as hell at him, and then so he's just, and mind you, he's a big black dude. And it was like this, like little, like I think she was like white or Asian. I don't remember, but dude, she's yelling at him like hardcore. And I'm standing like at the door, you know what I'm saying? Because he's in front of me, and then I'm at like a little further from him. So I'm at the door just looking at this, and then he's just like he's keeping us cool, and I'm like, and I'm a little kid, so I'm like, why are you yelling? I like tell her, and then he looks at me, he's like, we're not supposed to do that. My dad was mad. It was raps for me after that, but. Yeah, man, it was crazy. Like, you see crazy people. I mean, people hate you.
Yeah, it's really an interesting experience because I've actually never... I mean, I've had friends that were Jehovah's Witnesses as well, but I've never actually asked them about their experience from going door to door, or if they had to do any journeys or anything like that, et cetera, like that. So was there anything else you had to partake as well from door-to-door service before or after?
We did like, there was different events and stuff like that. So I'm not really, now I'm not really doing all that anymore, obviously. I mean, doing my own thing now and stuff like that. But back then it was a lot of just events. I was really good at talking to people, so I was doing a lot of that. And interpreting, analyzing and taking notes and stuff. I was doing that way before we were doing that in school. You know what I'm saying? So I was very good at school, in like those times. So yeah, it was just it was a portal, I guess, for me and my brother, because my brother was, and I always shout out my brother because we went through this together. Like he was the one that was unlocking his mind really before that. So he was always letting me know to just keep my energy guard up, and we just we do our research, and we interpret things how we interpret it. So it's obviously something that I don't do. Obviously there's no disrespect towards it.
No, not at all.
It's just something that I can I'm okay on. And so when my brother was always telling me this and just kind of informing me about life and getting my brain up at a really young age, it was kind of, we learned to take what we can from it as far as just understanding professionalism, and obviously a lot of family orientation was really cool too. We got to hang out with a lot of cultures like Samoans, like
that's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, we were at the Samoan, congregation and another congregation I was learning a lot about culture and stuff. But yeah, no, it was just not until high school when you're technically grown or you feel grown, and high school kind of turned that different. I was a different breed after that one. I was not as rebellious up until high school. I was like, all right, this is when. And it got real, there's a lot of just weird situations with it that I was like, yeah, this is kind of confirming my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, no, it was cool, man. Freaking after that, I was playing football. And once I played football, that was, I was like, okay, I want to do this. Or I just took it very seriously, because I like that camaraderie. I like that being able to be coachable. I like, people that are good coaches, like, like, making a good play, just all of that. So, yeah, no, I would say that's kind of it. Because after high school, I thought I was grown too. I mean, that's when I shut up and airbred.
Yep, everybody thinks they're grown. As soon as you turn 18, I don't know what triggers in your mind. You just think you're grown.
Exactly. So
it's not true.
I had to go through a lot of stuff. And after high school, a lot of it was music. Learned, a lot of performing methods and engineering methods. Worked with a lot of people like Python, Yoshi. Shout out to them, actually. They're about to be on Netflix for Rhythm and Flow.
Oh, really?
Season 2. Yeah, shout out to Yoshi Vintage, man. You're doing it.
Oh,
she deserves to win, too. I'm about to be watching, glued to the TV, bro.
Oh, I'll definitely watch that for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be sick,
because I've seen the first season of Rhythm and Flow, so me and my lady liked it, too.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm looking forward to season 2 now, and knowing that you know somebody, too. That's actually really dope.
That's actually insane, yeah. So, yeah, man, it's family, and they known me since I was 17 because we actually opened up for Ab Soul when I was in... I think when I was 17.
Wow.
So we opened up for Ab Soul, and we, was able to connect with, all of the camp of like Pack Music and Python P, Yoshi. She's from Flint, Michigan, but she came out to LA and pursued music, and she's low-key in her acting bag right now. It's
cool.
It's kind of scary, bro. She's sick. Yeah, man, she's she's doing it, and Pack Music is just a really dope collective of people that we were able to, just work with over the years. And yeah, man, freaking, it was really, really dope. I had a lot of connections too. A lot of connections during that point of like Astro Gang doing and throwing our own shows.
So what was like one of your first shows that you guys did together? Like, do you remember where you guys did your first show?
Yeah, the first show, I think. Because, I mean, the first time I performed in front of people is different because I was, always doing it in class.
Okay.
And actually, when I was doing Jehovah's Witness stuff, I was always speaking in front of people because I would go up into the front and give, like, talks or whatever they call it. And,
cool.
it was always speaking in front of people.
Helped a lot.
Yeah, and especially with stage fright, I didn't really notice that, too, until I just watched other people on stage. Because I'm like, oh, dang, it's really, that's when I really did start taking it seriously. Because I'm like, okay, how can I?
Yeah.
Even though I'm not, there's more ways to still overcome stuff like that. And it all comes with preparation. But, yeah, man, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. But... yeah, freaking, yeah, what was I saying?
So you were talking about the performing and everything. So I was at like your first show and everything.
Oh,
so,
my
like,
first show.
Yeah.
My bad.
No,
freaking,
you're good.
It was here. So in Oceanside. So this was probably when I was not even 17 yet. So I was like probably 15 or 16.
Oh, wow.
My homie Yoga Matt, he actually lived down the street, but I was going to school, close. So I was always going to his house, and I was recording just like SoundCloud stuff while we were recording our other stuff. So then we actually threw a show, and he brought me on, and I'm like, no way, bro. So, bro, that was like, man, it was crazy because it low-key, so it was a warehouse, a small warehouse. Like
That's
a very
really cool,
small warehouse.
Yeah.
And it was like a little, like, it wasn't even probably a warehouse, kind of like a garage, but he made it into like a stage and people came in and it was really, it was cool for what it was. Yeah. And so, yeah, man, he brought me on at a really dope point of the night and I'm like, dang, dude, I'm about to perform. And I performed one song. one song. I performed one song, and it was all that, and I rapped it, and everybody was just going crazy with it. I'm like, hell yeah! Then that just feeling, I was like, dang, bro, it's really cool. And the amount of people that came up to me after, like, oh yeah, that was really cool. Like, I was like, dang, I really want to perfect this, and like, I feel like, it can really mean something. And yeah, man, it's crazy. Actually, one time when we did the Observatory North Park.
Oh,
So
what?
this is probably like a year after that.
Yeah.
It was when we opened up for artists. We opened up for so many artists in Observatory North Park. Probably like we did Most Def, we did The Game, we did Yellow Wolf. That's where we opened up for Ab Soul.
That is. Oh man, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, and then
That's
we
so
also
cool.
did We also did Rob Stone and
Okay.
X opened up for him. So that was the crazy. That was
Was that during that time
It was
when they had
during
that
time,
beef?
and we didn't even know, but we was opening up for him. We did Denzel Curry and Soma.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
he
bro.
was just down here not too long ago too. I believe he was down in San Diego not too long ago.
Damn, that's so sick.
That's awesome.
And then we did the Underachievers as well. We did Flatbush Zombies when the 420 Festival
No
of
fucking way.
Observatory OC too. So it was the bigger one, Santa Ana.
Didn't that just happen? Like I want to say
No. This is like it's like years ago, probably like 2016.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
like this is, but yeah, they did Clockwork Indigo too.
Yeah, that's what it was.
They just had that, man. It made me so happy. I was like, man, they're still doing it. Hell yeah! Shout out to the Underachievers and Pro Era. Joey Badass is just skyrocket. He's an actor / everything now.
No, very proud of him. And
Hell
I
yeah.
remember listening to Joey Badass. Oof, way back when he
Yep.
first started too.
For real. But yeah, no, Observatory North Park, and after we opened up for one of those shows, it was crazy because someone came up to me and was just like, yo, dude, I appreciate what you were saying, because a lot of my music, I'm talking about real stuff, and I'm talking about how I overcame it, but it's obviously universal. So he was just telling me like, dang, bro, it's like he's like, I feel like you saved me, or I feel like you did those words really hit me, and I really want to do better. And I was like, dang. And it was like multiple people too, because they were coming up. And it's like a really cool crowd and stuff, because it was a really big crowd. I think it was either Most Def or The Game, like one of those big artists.
That was like your first time you had people go up to you and like give you like the actual feedback like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
and actually
so
one of the first times that we went in like a professional stage.
Mm-hmm.
So the one in the warehouse, I mean, we were doing small shows that still and stuff, but when we started opening up for artists, I really felt the big stage and how to work together as a group back then, and but yeah, it was crazy. So that's when I kind of solidified it, and I was like, I really want to pursue music and do music for as long as I can.
No, honestly, that's a blessing that your music was able to move people.
Right.
Like, yeah, you would have never imagined like, oh, what my music saved you. Like my music made you feel some type of way. My music made you want to unlock a better potential of yourself. Be a better version of yourself. Like that's inspiring, man. That's motivating. And the fact that you got that gift, like that is a gift right there.
Right.
And that's really dope, because I mean, like for me, for instance, I had the opportunity one time. I was up in LA doing this job out there, and one of the security guards, I think it was there 2 days. I was there Monday and Tuesday. And I was posting flyers Monday around the parking lot, and I saw the security took a picture of it. So I thought he was gonna come up to my car and like, hey, you gotta take these down or something, but he didn't say anything. So the next day I showed up for work. He came up to my window, and I was like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. So he knocked and he's like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you, but I just want to let you know I listened to your episodes. I think I was like 5-6 episodes in or something like that. He's like, I really like what you're talking about. Keep it up. Like, so that was like my first fan. So I can imagine how that interaction was
so
when
sick.
you met your first people to tell you, hey, this and that. Like,
Yeah,
it's probably such a surreal moment, because you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, this is real.
Yeah, no, and that's it was crazy, because that's the same time where I'm still playing football. So it was a lot of that too in football, because I was starting every year. I was a offensive lineman, and I took it seriously, and we were winning, and it was just always getting that recognition for putting in the work. So when I saw it for music, it was different, because I was like, man, this is something I love doing, and so if I can perfect this and do it at a high level, that's my goal. So yeah, man, no, it was really cool, and I've had multiple experiences like that after that. I mean, that's just the first time, but yeah, I've had a lot of experience with people even hitting me up about just a song they heard. Like, hey, this is a really cool song, man. Like, this is really cool. I'm like, thank you, bro. Like,
I actually played your latest, was it EP or album that you dropped? The latest album that you dropped.
We had a 3-song EP with Lucas Ramon.
That I listened to that one,
Yeah,
and then it
I
was
had
your
Rugged.
latest single too that you dropped.
Yeah, Anyone Can.
Mm-hmm.
Rugged
great.
was like a little mixtape. Yeah, a little
liked
mixtape.
it.
Yeah.
It was great, honestly, and I even shared it to my lady, and she loved your style, the way that
Nice.
the way you rap and everything. It was just it's different, and she's like, you guys are gonna kick it off really well. Like she like foreshadowed that, so it was really cool.
That's really sick, man.
But,
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, that one's definitely a little mixtape. I mean, I made it into, kind of a project of work because it was kind of like the culmination. It's called Rugged because it's rugged. It's really, a lot of it's not raw, but it's not also fully mastered.
I see.
I didn't want to name it Untitled Unmastered because K-Dot already got that.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
I'm just playing now, but yeah, no, man, it was very rugged, and I wanted to get something out, and it was a lot of songs that kind of was sleeping on and holding on to, and I'm like, just let it go. And I'm working on new stuff, but yeah, that's what I like to do, especially with now the upcoming, the album. It's setting me more because I'm like, now I can really focus on, every time I'm making projects, like that Rugged project was like a time, and I was really fucking putting my work in.
Yeah.
This one's a different story, and the EP, even the EP with me and Lucas, like that was a different story, and we have Volume 2 coming out actually.
Oh, nice.
Pretty soon.
So y'all stay tuned for that one.
Yes, sir. Volume 2, Hunger Tapes. But yeah, no, it was it's a very time-consuming process, a very cool learning process, and I just like doing it. So I'm gonna be dropping that, and then more singles and collaborations for sure.
Nice. Now I'm looking forward to listening to that and checking it out. And I wanted to ask you, besides music, is there any hobbies that you have besides music, like that the world doesn't know about, that you would like to actually share?
Yeah, so music, obviously. So first and foremost, I am in school right now. I'm doing my bachelor's for game design and programming.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm doing that just so I can, have options open. Cybersecurity is something as kind of like a day job I was kind of seeing about. That was very kind of came from, when I did my major as I changed my major from music to arts to design.
Okay.
Because I noticed that I, have the tools of music and obviously YouTube University.
Yes.
But something I really wanted to dive deep in, and something that I wouldn't really necessarily get unless, I had the tools, was game design. And I obviously stream, cool. Shout out to the Stack Squad. When I started streaming and gaming more, it became more of an interest to me. And so, yeah, I just finished a 3D modeling class. It was very cool.
That's awesome.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. And it was very cool, very easy to learn and to do. So, still doing that. I have a little over a year left in school.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hopefully be able to do a lot of stuff off of this degree. And yeah, I would say that another hobby, streaming. I love gaming. Gaming is really one of the things that, if I'm not doing something else, I'm gaming. If I have everything done, I'm a game.
Okay. So any games particularly that you love playing?
So it's
or that you want to put people on?
Yeah. So I'll say all time is Madden. I mean, we have the homies come over. They know we're playing Madden all the time. Sports games just because I love sports, obviously. And but a game that I've been playing super duper hardcore right now is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, man.
I have not played that yet.
That one needs to be studied, man. It's such a good game. It's like it's crazy how good it is because it's like it brings you back to Tenkaichi, but they have more depth in it. But yeah, that one's really good, man. I played Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla is a really good game. Like Fortnite, Apex. I've streamed all of those.
Oh, nice.
I like to do the story games. I did Assassin's Creed Origins.
Oh, that's a fun one. That's really fun to play.
I think I did Valhalla, or I'm in the middle of Valhalla actually.
Ooh,
I haven't
nice.
finished it yet, but that one's crazy. Elden Ring was super.
That one's fun.
That one's fun. It's a good mental exercise. That's why I love it. I have so many deaths. It's insane. I do that thing where you keep track of the depth and
That's
the deaths,
funny.
and it's hilarious. But yeah, no, I freaking I play anything, honestly. I mean, anything I deem, fun. I mean, obviously every game is different, and that's kind of where my interest grew, was playing more games. And I was like, how many, and even phone games like be hella fun sometimes. So it's
Yeah, is
like,
there any phone games you want to mention?
man, Clash Royale,
Okay,
man.
okay,
Hey, who
okay.
wants to get schmacked up in Clash Royale, man? That was my game. When I remember in school, I know chat's gonna know this for a fact, is Madden Mobile, bro. Oh my gosh. Everybody was on Madden Mobile, man. It was basically Madden. You were just on your phone and you were in class, and he was just in there, man.
I can imagine how that went.
I know. I was always getting in trouble. I was like, oh, I don't got a phone. But no, it was always those. Just the regular, like, Flappy Bird. What you got?
That game
Angry
was
Birds.
addicting.
Yeah, man. All the addicting, exactly. All the
It definitely
addicting
was.
ones. I was unbeatable. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, you could create your own teams. It was so cool.
That's fun.
But it was cool, man. It was very cool to see the update and upgrade and evolution of gaming. And so, yeah, I would say that I also be playing basketball. Go to the 24-hour gym.
Oh, nice. I actually used to go there. That was one of my gyms I used to go to.
Yeah,
Such a great spot.
No, yeah, for sure. I try to, go to the gym as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? Fit that into the regimen. But other than that, it's it's just streaming too, and that's pretty much it, man.
Okay. So to let the chat know and the folks who are around the loop as well, like, is there any misconceptions about your job as an artist, like that people do not actually understand clearly? Like, there are some misconceptions, like either like you dropped a couple songs and all of a sudden you're rich, or that I guess there's a lot of ways to go about it, but some people say, oh, it's just entertainment, it's this and that. How do you see that?
Since I'm in like the realm of hip hop, I guess I can really speak to my version and my perspective of that. And a really misconception of hip hop is not trying to put effort in. Now it's a little different to make it seem effortless.
Okay.
Than putting no effort in. Does that make sense? Because it really, to me, and I've seen a lot of artists and even the people that are harmonizing and using auto-tune and not saying much words and being melodic, it's effort. It's still putting effort. It's still putting the same amount of effort into writing a 16 that goes hard, or freestyling this and cleaning up that, because it really does take effort. And any type of music, any type of endeavor you do, it takes effort. And I feel like that's a misconception that people might see. I'm saying, I'm speaking for everybody that might not know, because it might seem like it's effortless and people are doing it so effortlessly, even posting content, but there's a lot of effort that goes into that, and I realize that, and I try to remember that as I do my own content creation and music and stuff like that.
And okay, so let's roll into, you say content creation. What about content creation as well? What's a misconception about that people don't understand, or the people that they didn't know about? So it's time to educate the chat and the folks who are around the loop. Yeah,
no, I would say, and even this is something that I'm learning as well. I mean, obviously, I'm a human being, not perfect, but it's trying to make your content better. And I say that because that's the only reason, or a lot of reasons why people don't post, is because they think that, it's not good enough for a post.
I see.
And a lot of people speak about this on TikTok and Instagram of just posting, and there's a lot of videos of specific ways and stuff like that, but it's a misconception of like content creation to think that it's not better, because content creation is more of making the next one better, or making a lot of it, what I'm saying? True. So you really gotta be able to see that. Obviously, like I said, I'm learning that too, and it's not gonna happen, or be learned overnight.
Yeah, it's a process.
It's a process, and everybody's really capable of doing it. If you got a phone, you got access.
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, yeah, like you said, if you have a phone, you can make music there. You can do podcasts. You can do your content creation there, everything's in your palm. The world is literally in your palm.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
So okay, because some folks have asked me, they're like, oh well, you make your podcast sound so simple, or how do you do it? Or when I even show them the process, I pull out my tiny little mics, and they're like, oh, that's it. And I'm like, yeah, that's my whole studio. Like,
yeah.
And they're like, well, how do you do that? I'm like, well, I do it all on my phone. I do the editing there.
Mm.
I'm a one-man team, so I just do it all myself. But shout out to Balance. He is my main man for my photos. He does do my thumbnails for all my photo covers.
Very sick, yeah.
So he's been doing them, and shout out to him, and also shout out to my brother for Hood One as well. He did his for the episode that's coming out this Monday as well for you guys, and for the chat. Stay tuned. Brand new episode every single Monday. So you might be even lucky. I might even do an episode on Monday and an episode on Friday. Who knows?
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
But that's the goal. That's the goal, is to get 2 episodes weekly. That'd be awesome for the world. I'm working on that, but for right now, we're just doing 1 episode at a time. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to ask you also, what inspired you to become an artist? Was it like, what was your biggest inspiration to become an artist? Or inspirations with an S?
It is plural, but I guess to put it more simply, it was really a lot of seeing my brother do it. I was able to see it kind of like, how the Wayans brothers and how they had the generations of, actors, and they kind of felt that. I feel like it was kind of in that sense of, it went from the music taste changing to now how is music working, and to seeing my brother write lyrics and record those lyrics in the studio. It was kind of fulfilling for me, because I'm like, that looks really cool. And that sounds really cool. And he just did that. It was like, so it was really, really that. And yeah, my brother just kind of showed me into that world. And when I started meeting people that did it, it was just kind of I was like, oh, this is, a lot of people do this, so, because like I said, I grew up, didn't listen to hip hop, they weren't allowed to do all that. So.
No, and that's understandable. That definitely is.
Mm-hmm. And so we did that. And that's how I would say that's kind of how my inspiration started to grow, because obviously now, boom, I'm listening to Lil Wayne, boom, I'm listening to Eminem, boom, I'm listening to Kendrick, boom, I'm listening to West Coast artists and local artists, and stuff like that. So I'm growing my mentality of music, and it's just it was just like growth. It was like an evolution at that point. It was, you really felt it, and I was like, okay, cool. And yeah.
So I'm curious, like, how did you stumble upon finding your actual rhythm, your flow? Because I'm curious, because in my head, I'm not a rapper or anything. I'll be mumbling.
No, we're gonna have you on the track.
Well, maybe one day you guys will hear Around the Loop on the track. Who knows?
Right. Ooh, yes, sir.
I'll hop on it. We'll do it. But how do you actually find your rhythm and flow when it comes to music? Like, how do you come across what actually fits you well?
Yeah, and so it really came from freestyling. I mean, I used to freestyle in class. I used to freestyle in practice on the field. I used to freestyle in the locker room. I used to freestyle at home. Just putting on a beat and continually doing it. And obviously at the time, I didn't think I was practicing and perfecting a craft. I'm just doing it because I'm just free forming and no care in the world. But it was also listening to a lot of music that I liked and trying to make it seem like that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it was always like if I heard Biggie, I'm like, oh, and it's a Biggie type beat. I'm like rapping like Biggie, or I got type beat and rap like that. And it wasn't until I did it a lot where I just started formulating my own, my own words and type of way of doing it. And it was a lot of influence from Ab-Soul and Kendrick. Like the whole Black hippie movement was when I was, still a kid. So I was able to see that. And formulate my own opinions of like, oh, this is dope. I want to sound like this or something like that.
I like that. That's really dope.
Yeah, man, it was very cool. And from freestyling a lot, I was able to gain my cadence and rhythm and just learning. And it was also because my family grew up listening to a lot of music, so we was always able to sing along to songs.
Oh, that's
and
really cool.
Find that rhythm, karaoke. Oh man,
Mhm.
you told my mom she's Filipino, so she will
They love
go
karaoke.
crazy on karaoke. So, yeah, man, it was always just from those experiences and just doing it continually. Obviously practice makes perfect, and if
True.
you do it all the time, you get better at it.
That is 100% true,
Yeah.
chat. That's 100% true, and
Facts.
for the folks around the loop, it is true. The more you practice, the better it gets.
For real, man. Cheers.
Cheers to everybody. We're gonna take a little quick break. Here we
Yes,
go.
sir.
Today's cart is brought to you by Raw Garden. Unpaid advertised, but
Yep,
sauce
and
part's really good.
today's brunch is sponsored by the homie. So, yes, sir.
There we go. There we go.
Yes, sir. And I have and my other goal, and this is just a weird tangent, but
Yo, throw it
I want to
in.
get some different lights. We're gonna get some lights to put up.
Oh, I'll help you
First.
mount those. So
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
can help
say,
you. I can help
yeah.
you. Anything you need installed in here, I got you. But when it comes to like actual electrical wiring, I'm not an electrician.
Yeah, right. that
But
makes
I got
sense.
somebody that can do some magic.
Yeah, and I'm not even like I think just like putting it on the wall. I don't
Yeah, I
even
can
think
definitely help you mount that. That's for
Nothing
sure.
like crazy. I just know that if we had like a singular light, like what if we have a shelf and then a big light that was really bright, that would help with the lighting in the room. 'Cause
No, that'd be dope.
We changed those bulbs,
Mhm.
but it's still just not enough light. And when it gets dark, it's hard to see.
No, I got you. I got you.
But yeah, we're still in the shot. It's still pretty good. How we doing, chat? Ryan?
Yeah, how are you
still
guys
in here?
doing? How's everybody doing?
You get a lot of lurking people too. So shout out to everybody that's lurking. I appreciate you. Yeah, you'll see this on the Stack Squad YouTube as well. Around the Loop podcast. Obviously, check him out. Really dope dude, man. Really dope dude. Pro doesn't own a lamp. I do own a lamp, but it's getting utilized actually in Zay's room. So that is true. We could get a lamp too. That'd be cool. Is there any like cool big lamps? Like a big ass bright lamp. That would be cool too.
Honestly, I mean, if I don't know about like what store would sell like a Target or Walmart, but I know for a fact, I mean, you can go to a Home Depot and pick up a Milwaukee light, and those, I mean, you just plug the battery in, and it's
bright as shit. Hell yeah, no, because see, that's what I'm saying. Like that would be cool. He
We'll
said,
have to
"I
get
got you. I'm your manager. I got this." Yeah, no, that's a fact.
There we
Because
go.
that is a fact to where it would just fix everything.
yeah.
So that I wouldn't have to do anything crazy. Because yeah, I'm always about whatever is best. I'm still gonna soundproof this room.
Oh, so I can actually help you. I've done a lot of soundproofing before
Wow,
for the AV
bro.
department.
No way.
So I can help you. Yeah, we can order the foam pieces and literally just glue it on the wall. It's just spray on glue.
Dude, if we do
Yeah, I can help you
that,
set that up.
it's gonna be game over, chat.
Yeah, we can do that. Set that up and really we just have to do like this area right here where it echoes.
Yeah, exactly.
And do some on the ceiling too, so when it sound bounces, it'll be really cool.
Right.
We can make that happen.
And I'm gonna get because my homie Sanchez, he's actually the one mixing and mastering my album. So
Oh,
shout out to
there we
Sanchez.
go. Shout out to you.
But he hooked me up with this thing where, or he showed me what to get, and it's the thing that you put in the corner.
Mhm.
And it's a big block, and it really traps sound in the corners. So I'm gonna get those because those are pretty essential in
Nice.
here. So that boom, once we get this and yeah, I'm really down to go to see how big it is, measure it, and see.
Yeah, because I'll help you out with that, and we can even set up I'll look at some cameras because there's even a camera we can even set up where it auto tracks, so you can have it mounted on the wall right there. So when you're doing your episodes, your podcasting and stuff, right here, it'll focus. It's really good quality and everything.
Whoa, hell yeah!
Yeah, I believe it's under Logitech and stuff. So I'll send you the link to it.
Yeah, for sure. Send me the link.
It's
for
pretty dope.
sure, bro. Because that we can utilize.
Yeah, we'll help you. We'll help you, dude. We'll help you set this up real nice.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm saying, like, dude, I'm down for even if you want to have separate episodes here. Dude,
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so
dude,
much.
You can always be
Thank
like,
you.
hey, we want to go to, and just. It is this, so obviously,
No, I
it's
appreciate
just
that, honestly.
super simple. But if
Thank you.
if you ever needed that, bro, it's always welcome.
Thank you so much.
Especially if it's a homie that I know, you know what I'm saying? Because I definitely also, like Balance, can refer to you a lot of people that would probably be honored to be on it because they're also local artists.
Yeah, that's awesome.
if you are coming to the show tomorrow, bro, so you're gonna see.
So I'll be out there for everybody out there that's wanting to check me out. I'll be there
Yes,
at the show tomorrow night. You guys come in and show some love. Show some love.
Show some love, baby. Hey, it's gonna be up. Shout out Cody Manson. Shout out Coat Records.
There we go.
King of all trades, man. We are on the uprise. Throwing shows, doing music. You know how it goes.
And you guys will catch me out there tomorrow. You'll see me in this cowboy hat. So stay tuned. You'll see it. So look out for the cowboy hat, man. You'll see him. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna go out there and show some love and support.
Right.
So thank you for the invite. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Man, no worries.
So I wanted to ask you, for chat and for the folks around the loop, like, let's talk about your latest journey to LA when you were up there.
Oh, very nice.
Because when you were up there, I was also up there in Koreatown. Actually, I was doing some work out there, so I was like, oh, you're only like down the road, which is wild.
Yes, sir.
And so I wanted to ask you, how was that journey, that process when you were up in LA?
Yeah, so it was it's a culmination of a lot of things, man. Mm-hmm. So my homie Ruin DeRay, shout out him. He's a Twitch streamer, artist. He's really good. He was actually on issue 12 of the Underground magazine. And so I never actually heard of Underground, but he was on it. So I seen his mic performance.
Okay.
So I was like, yo, that's hard as hell. Like, I was like, and so I ended up, I don't know if I hit them or if they hit me first, but dude, once I started connecting with them, man, it was really cool. Open communication, let me know exactly what they do off the bat, and they have a lot of proof to show that they've been working, and
that's really dope.
And it's really cool. And it is in LA, based in LA. So I was like, yeah, I go to LA all the time. Obviously, like I said, with Pack Music and all that, we always go up there.
Yeah.
So when I went up there, it was very cool, man. Cool vibes. The big studio that they have in there is really dope, but they have different rooms for different.
Yes, so I wanted to ask you about those rooms because I seen that in your content there, and I was super fascinated by all the different rooms and everything. Like, how was that?
It was very sick. I mean, immediately when I got there, they showed me around, and they're like, "Look at all." They first showed me exactly what room is what, and dude, they had sets. Like they had like a poker set. Like it looked like it looked like a casino. Like it was a set, like it's in like a corner, and it was crazy. I was like, bro, what? And then they had really dope light sets, and they had this yellow set, and it was like a fur set.
Okay. And
I did that. That's where I did my performance, and my mic performance is coming soon too.
That's really dope.
Wait. I can't wait for that to come out. I'll be reposting that a lot. But yeah, man, I just really I really liked the way they were, because obviously the place can be cool, but the people was, even cooler. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
They were like super, like just work oriented, and I was able, they're really good at communicating, what's happening, and they had their organization down to a T. I mean, they were organized every step of the way.
That right there. That's
cool.
respectful. Right?
It was super comfortable, man. We were just sitting around like chilling, and because they were like, dude, you're here, get your own piece of content. So a lot of us were, getting our own pieces of content and doing stuff like that.
That's really
where
cool.
It was like, okay, we have our own stuff there. You guys are definitely going to see a music video too coming out of there too pretty soon. That's on the side of the album. But anyways, it was really cool, man. Shout out Underground magazine. They're really professional, and I'm excited to be on this 13th issue of their magazine, man. It's really cool.
Oh man, that's exciting, honestly. And yeah, because I saw you out there. I saw your content. I was like, this is awesome. I said, just that you're already there. You're at that level already that you're doing. You're going to LA. You're doing all these behind the scenes stuff, and it's a lot of cool, amazing work.
Right.
So I wanted to also ask you, have you toured yet, or would you want to go on tour? How do you feel about that?
I mean, I would definitely want to go on tour. It always depends on the situation, and life always happens. So
true. Yeah.
It's really about that if it all worked out. But haven't been on an official tour. Like I said, we were opening up a lot, so we were like kind of a part of some of those artist tours in a way, just because of
That's really
that
cool.
opening, and that was before COVID. So after COVID, we stopped opening up for people because it was very close, tied in. It wasn't really, we were throwing our own shows, but yeah, on tour is just, it's a different breed. I mean, I know a lot of people that have been on tour. Obviously, I would love to. I've definitely, doing a lot of shows. It definitely does feel like you're on tour. The other month when I did that show in Amphitheater, and then I had the other show. Like,
yes, I wanted to. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that night because you were there a little later than. Or were you there on time for the other show? Because I saw it like you were there and then you guys left because I went up to the rooftop there.
Yeah, no, and I think we did get there on time.
Okay.
And I ended up performing a little later, which was cool. Like a good amount of people showed up.
Yeah.
But no, just stuff like that. Like I can feel it, and it's very it's very cool feeling. But an official tour, no, I have not. I've been independent for as long as I've been doing music. So, I obviously have these different networks and stuff like that and different people I work with. So I'm just going to kind of continue to work with them and see. But yeah, like I said, artistry is always going to be there. And I'm hope to go on tour one day for an album that I made. So, yeah.
Okay. No, I appreciate that. And so I wanted to ask you about your journey with your album Rugged. So let's talk about that, like the actual work behind it. Like how long did it take you to actually set the whole thing up? Like how was it?
It really happened after a few of the songs were already made. So I was in a transition of in a group to now just independent.
Okay.
And it was just one of those things where obviously other stuff was happening in my life and stuff like that, and it was just a crazy time. But once I came back into making music, I realized about all those songs, and I started to make new ones. But I started to kind of see those songs as they could fit into a little mixtape. Yeah. So the process was really all me, man. I mean, there actually is a few songs, quite a few songs on there that were mixed and mastered by the homie Jagulara. Shout out Jagulara. Nice. And he was very cool to do that. And but I did a lot of the other mix and masters on the other songs that he didn't do on there. So it was just learning about that and becoming that engineer for myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man, and the two songs that I performed the most off of there is Right Away and Demons. So though Right Away, we when we were a group, I went to record at Python Studio.
Okay.
And I got it mixed and mastered through Sanchez, that's doing mine right now. But that's we went to Python Studio and did that song, and so to release that song, and actually there is a music video to it. I took it down, but actually I am gonna put it back up.
Okay.
With the next music video coming out. So
nice.
But yeah, it was really just a culmination of songs. Demons, same thing. I had the music video, so it just really it really worked out. And it became, and I'm glad it at least came together and was able to come out, because would have been sad if I didn't hear some of those songs out, because a lot of those songs are old, so a lot of old references, but I'm glad that people are going to see the growth of the music. So
I wanted to also, since we're still on the same topic about your album there, wanted to talk about the song Going with You in Balance. So let's talk about that creation, that journey behind that song. How was that process? Between you all on that one. Dude, I did my little research. I was going to say, okay, dude, that's a good question, bro. Hell yeah, dude. And that's, what's crazy? That's probably one of the first songs me and Balance ever recorded together. I think there was one other song I told him about No Way Out. And that's a really, really old song. You should definitely go hear that one, man. Yeah, we're gonna post it out. We'll post it on the link there. Actually, I'll put the link out for everybody for Around the Loop and for Chad. If you guys check out my podcast, facts. It'll be there. Facts, bro. Facts. So it's crazy, man. Yeah. So Going. It was I had that hook, and we were just in the studio, and I had that hook, and
he wrote that verse right there. I wrote the verse right there, and it was one of just those organic moments of, making that song. And then again, going through all the transitions, that song was still just in the vault. So I'm like, this one's really cool, man. So I know I think, he re-recorded his, I re-recorded some of mine, and we just put it out, man. And I love it, man. It's one of my favorite songs from that album for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that, because I was just doing my research, and I was like, let me check it out. And I was listening to it, so I was like, no, I like it, and I was like, I wanted to ask, like, how was the process and everything behind it. So I appreciate you sharing that with everybody.
Sick, man.
And so I also wanted to ask you about your newest single, "A Message to Me." That is your newest one, right? Or did you release another one?
It's the second to newest one.
Second newest one. Okay, so I'm a little behind.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
Anyone
gotcha.
Can is the newest one, but
okay.
Message to Me, is one of the newest ones for sure.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you the process and the journey behind that one too.
Yeah, so shout out to 121 Studios.
Okay.
He was actually based in Oceanside, but now he moved to San Clemente.
Okay, cool.
But it was one of those things, man. I looked on Google, literally Oceanside hip hop, or just Oceanside Studios, because I thought to myself, I never even did that. Like, I go to so many studios around here, but I never really Googled and tried to reach out to another studio. And bro, crazy. I called him up and he texted me about it, and I was, we started texting about what I wanted, and I set up a day, and I actually was able to bring a homie, shout out Skip. He had the camera, he filmed a little bit of it. I think I posted it sometimes, but I still have it, so we'll be seeing that still soon. But freaking that beat, I heard, so someone on Instagram sent me that beat, right? And he's very cool. We'll put his handle somewhere.
Yeah, we'll definitely put him out there and give him the credit too as well.
Yes, but he sent me a pack, man. That one, just as far as a boom bap beat, it was very simple. And one time I was listening to it, and I just came up with that hook. I was like, because so Message to Me, I guess spoiler alert, is gonna be the last song on the album, right? So it was really one of those things where it talks about, just messages that I would say to me. Just stuff that I would tell myself, but it's really universal because, it's talking about just general things. So, man, it was just that, I wrapped it in there, and he was able to, mix it and master it, and you give the hook that juice and that sauce. And then the verses, I think I was writing that when I worked at GNC.
Okay.
Or I was writing, it was not too long ago that I wrote those verses, so it was a newer thing. But man, it was really cool making that song. Freaking homie Drew from 121 Studios. Shout out to Drew, man. He's really cool with his with his ones and twos, and he knows how to mix and master for sure. And
he also did your newest one that you just recently dropped as well. Or who was that did? So
the newest one for Anyone Can. So he actually did Before Anyone Can, Message to Me, and Winning.
Oh, nice.
He did those two. He did those two songs.
Nice.
But Anyone Can, that beat is from the homie Skill Troy. I also actually just met him on Instagram.
Nice.
And he was able to slide me some beats for the songs. And originally that beat was gonna go on Rugged. But it ended up, I did it with Christine, and we started performing it a lot, and, it came out, and, it's just its own entity, and I really like it, man. But, that one, the studio we went to was Amplified Studios in Carlsbad. And we were able to get it recorded there and stuff like that. But we perform that all the time. So
That's
it's
awesome.
A really fun song. Yeah, really cool song.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you about, let's talk about some friendships with your local artists and family of Oceanside.
Yes, sir.
So is there any honorable mentions that you want to shout out there? Let's talk about them.
Honorable mentions, man.
I know there's a lot.
Yeah, I know. There is a lot. I mean, first and foremost, Shakoba. My brother, he's always, up there, obviously, because of just his deep roots in Oceanside. I mean, our family alone has deep roots, but, being a, outspoken person, outgoing person, you can propel yourself to meet more people. But a lot of honorable mentions, man. I would say, From Oceanside, I would say Desi. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Desi Hollow.
Big shout out to him, actually. My brother got to work with him. He was his he was his actor for the music video Little Homie.
Oh, what? That's sick.
My little brother Brandon. So
hell yeah.
I've been trying to set up an interview with Desi. Big shout out to you. So if you ever hear
Desi,
this,
come on, man.
let's make Oceanside poppin'. Let's do this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I would also say big shout out to Bishop too.
Yes.
Bishop Snow, man.
Also
Bishop's
reached out to him as well. I know you're a busy man, but when you do have the
Yeah.
chance, let's make it happen. I would love to get you on an interview.
Facts, bro. But yeah, those are just so with Desi, man. I known him since I was little kid, man. You know me since I was little, and we went to the same church and stuff like that. So he literally was doing music then, and I was probably in middle school, right? So I'm looking at him like, damn, this is cool, and I'm rapping too, and he's seeing me. He's like, okay, like saying we always seen each other. So when I saw that, and I saw him, connecting with Corrupt and the West Coast funk and bringing it back, I'm like, I really liked his last album too. Caught in the Funk I listened to it a lot, bro.
I love that one a lot.
So that one, I'm like, dang. And then another person too, for sure, that's pretty much like family, is John Gibbs.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about him too because I actually saw him perform live.
Nice.
It was, man, he came, it's funny, I know it sounds crazy, but he came out to the talent show for Oceanside.
That's so
back
sick.
in like, I think 2014 or something like that, 2015.
That's dope.
But he performed at the talent show for Oceanside, and yeah, no, it was just a humbling experience to see him perform. It was really dope. So big shout out to John Gibbs.
Yeah,
and if you hear this, let's get you on an episode as well. Get you and Obed as well. And reach out to him as well too. So love to get you guys on an episode. Let's make this happen. Bro. Let's show all the talent in Oceanside. Let's do it.
Hell yeah. But dude, with John Gibbs, man, he's known my brother for forever. So a little fun fact too about the album, man. We got my boy John Gibbs.
Ooh, that's awesome. Man. Y'all stay tuned for that.
We got my boy John, man. It's a really dope song. It's called Don't Stress. So stay tuned for that. Keep a lookout for Don't Stress, because that's gonna be a hit, man. My boy Python P made that beat too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Python P made beat from Pack Music. So it's crazy, man.
Hey, one of these days we'll have to get him on the interview too. Get an interview with Python P as well, just to want to go behind the scenes about making the beats and everything too. So it's an open invitation for you. For sure, man. For sure. Definitely. But yeah, man, that's a lot of them. I mean, obviously the real ones. I mean, Balance on my homies like Zay. You know what I'm saying? He's a really dope artist. He's going to be, doing a lot of stuff. Definitely, be on the podcast as well. Yeah, because we'll get him on the episode too. I would love to get all these folks out here and just show, what Oceanside's really about. And would love to get all your friends and family on there too as well. Oh, yeah. I would love to interview them as well. That is an open invitation to everybody there. That would be sick, man. Hell yeah. Freaking... But yeah, I mean, a lot of Oceanside, man. A lot of Oceanside is like family, and there's a lot of people and there's a lot of people that they know, and a lot of people that both you guys know together, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like it's a small world. It's kind of weird, man. But it's crazy. Yeah, it's like a whole big family. So just been trying to spread as much positivity and move smooth and work hard. That's what I've been trying to do. No, that's awesome. And so. Let's I wanted to ask, actually, like, what's your favorite color? Because, I mean, people don't ever get asked that simple. It's a simple question. That's a fact. But complex at the same time. I feel like, because your favorite color can change, right? Yeah. It can change. It's not always permanent. Because I definitely think growing up, I mean, I would always just say, like, green. But now I definitely think for some reason, and, like, I've always seen this color. It's like purple. Okay. Yeah, because purple, like indigo, like that. Yeah. There was a lot of meaning behind that. Like I said, it's a lot of royalty and everything behind it too. Exactly. Yeah. It's a lot of. My brother was always, he's super high on consciousness and a lot of that stuff. So like he, it was just fun about learning about that type of stuff and seeing what it is. And so indigo, or just purple in general, I've just been like, damn, that's a dope color. That's actually going to be on the cover of my album. It's like a purple theme, purple theme. That's dope. So I want to do a lot of stuff with like purple on the album, and it's gonna be cool, man. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. So, is there any favorite foods or places you like to eat out in Oceanside or anywhere local too? Any big honorable mentions out here? Because, I mean, hey, Oceanside has a lot of good food too for you guys out here.
It really does, man. Oceanside has some of the best Mexican food, and I would say one of the best places. All right, I'll name 2 places because, I mean, it's a lot of them.
Yeah, let's do it.
But we got Kalima's by the beach.
Hands down, Kalima's has the best. Breakfast burritos, ham breakfast burritos.
Anything you
Hands
get there,
down.
they're giving you 10, like, they're giving you it times 10.
Yeah, and they're great business. You guys go check out Kalima's down in Oceanside by the pier.
Exactly.
Check them out.
But if you are late night eating or just want to switch it up, or you're by the mid the mid valley, it is De Alberto's. Man,
ooh, there we go.
Oh my God, brother, homie.
What do you like to get there? What's your favorite thing?
I get different stuff there.
Okay,
I mean, the go-to would be definitely, you know, saying carne asada burrito with everything.
Ooh, nice.
But sometimes I'll be getting like the adobada tacos, or like do like the burrito but with adobada. That shit's so good.
So, big shout out to Cam 14K. He said you should try out adobada fries.
Oh,
see if you ever get to try that.
man.
You should try that out. He said that smacks
I
different.
think I have tried that one time actually, but no, adobada has been smacking for me. I don't know why.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah, no.
Hey, don't beat it till you try it, folks.
It's facts. Yeah,
it's really good.
Try that for sure.
So, you know, also wanted to ask, is there any favorite drinks? Anything that in general, it can be juices, liquor, whatever you like. You name it. That you like to mention out there.
I would say that you know, we'll start with just regular drinks, and I would say that growing up, my favorite just like juice was like Kern's.
Okay.
Kern's is so good. I'm like,
This is bomb.
I always got to pick one up if I see it. I'm like, damn.
Which Kern's do you like the most?
It's a hard
question. Is there like a variety?
Because mango is just my favorite
that one's
flavor
fire.
in general.
That was like my favorite.
Mango is good, but the strawberry banana hits.
Okay.
The strawberry banana hits. And then there's guava. Guava's always really good.
Yeah, that one's good. I agree.
And then, there's other ones, but I've only had pretty much those. But I'd say favorite like go-to drink too, if I'm at like a little bar or something. I'm doing like a whiskey, like a Jack and Coke, maybe.
Nice.
Maybe I really do like Henny. Henny is like, if I'm really, you know, in the mood to drink.
Is anything possible?
Anything sometimes is possible.
Sometimes. There we go. There we go.
But yeah, man, fucking something like that would probably be my go-to. I don't really drink much though. I just be talking to herb.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Sunny D.
Okay.
Drink more water.
Yes, honestly, for y'all folks, stay hydrated. You guys
stay hydrated.
Yeah, actually, thanks for reminding me, because I gotta drink some water.
There's actually channel points you can spend in the chat to just hydrate me.
There we go.
It's funny.
It's important, and I appreciate y'all and appreciate Chad for making sure that we stay hydrated.
For real.
It is key. So, also wanted to ask, like, is there you have any favorite cars or anything, or are you a big car guy at all?
Not
or
necessarily.
Are you just more like just wanting to be?
I'm not a really big car dude, to be honest. But I don't know. I wouldn't have like a favorite car. I mean, just looks wise. I mean, Lambos look just dope as fuck.
They're wicked.
Yeah, they just look crazy. I like the Corvettes.
Okay.
Corvettes are really cool. But yeah, I'm not a big car guy. I don't know the specific versions of them, but I like it for sure. Cybertrucks look fucking insane. Everybody has one of those. It's just fucking
I've been seeing them around. I never actually got to see the inside, and
I've me neither.
Been making this joke to my lady. I was like, I wonder what it smells like inside. I bet it smells like crayons. I don't know why. Volkswagen smell like crayons on the inside.
Crazy.
Old ones do.
Yeah, facts.
I was curious, like, what the hell does that truck smell like?
That's crazy.
So, I wanted to also ask, like, wow, we only got a few more questions, so the end of the till we start wrapping it up. But it's been
awesome.
Honestly, it's been fun.
This is awesome.
I really appreciate you taking your time to be on this show, and thank you for this whole setup, and thank you, Chad, for taking your time to listen. As you're seeing this episode live.
Hell yeah, man.
So I appreciate that, and I wanted to ask you, what are some changes you noticed in society, like in the past, like decade, or and so on. Like, what have you noticed?
Man, that's a good question. I mean, small changes. I guess I can, speak about, music, but I guess creativity in general. It's getting a really diverse now. Just with anything being created, I feel like there's a lot of people doing it, but doing it in different versions. And, it obviously may not seem like it, but from an industry standpoint, like as far as, what I learned from school, it's like you can see, a lot of people, working together to do, a certain thing. So I've seen a lot of that. I mean, obviously there is some crazy things happening right now. And really what I like to do is just, like I said earlier, I'm a D1, mind my own business, but I also like to focus on the things that are actually doing well and actually, being created and, fun things and, positive things, because that's only, that's just, so you're not going to be here for, so you don't know when you can go, you know what I'm saying? So it's more so me just kind of focusing on things that, affect me that I can control and try not to control too many other, trying not to be controlling on things that I can't control.
That's true. That's one of the hardest things that you have to learn is
true.
Some things are out of your control.
Facts.
And you can't control everything. You can't control everybody's lives. So for the folks out there, like, keep in mind, there are times that you won't have control, and it's okay. Yeah. It's all right.
Right. It's okay to not know what to do next, or it's okay to not know that next step. But as long as you're, moving and able to, and this is why I liked that I was able to play sports and learn, discipline. And even with, my upbringing, it was all discipline, so just learning discipline and learning how to, have a positive impact, have more positive impact than negative impact. Obviously everybody makes mistakes. We're all human.
Yes, it happens.
But, if we focus on a lot of positivity, we can be powerful, and that's a lot of what I say, and anyone can. Shout out Christine Marie. Like it's a lot of stuff, I write for her too, is empowering. It's about taking, your own emotions into your own hands and networking with people that are like-minded, because you'd be surprised how many people are, so willing to not just help, but to relate. They relate to what you're doing, and that alone is already powerful, because, people that relate to each other, it's like having a conversation with somebody. Like you have something to talk about, you know what I'm saying? You have something to work, you know what I'm saying? Or you have something to do this. So just, being open-minded, and yeah, just work.
No, I appreciate you sharing that, honestly. And I also wanted to ask you, like, is there any favorite snacks, movies, shows you like, so the world knows you as an actual person too?
Right.
What are you looking at today? What snacks, what shows, what movies do you enjoy?
Man, that's a good question. I've what's funny is I really just been on YouTube, but a lot of shows.
I've been doing that a lot too.
Yeah, just like YouTube, man. I mean, I've been, I stream on Twitch, so I watch a lot of like Twitch content.
Oh, that's cool.
Kai Cenat is like the content god.
A big shout out to him, honestly.
Bro. You think he's doing his subathon, so shout out to the Mafiathon.
There we go.
That shit's fucking nuts, bro. So
he's check it out.
Yeah, he's doing huge things and really opened the lane for a lot of streamers, man. I mean, it's real and it's it's fun for everybody involved. And if you do it correctly, you can formulate your own community, and that community can support or and it's just it really helps you bond with people too. I mean, I know people that do it and they're not really so like they're not really so like outgoing in person, but you go on to the game or the stream and you get that personality out, and it's really cool because especially with my friends and stuff like that, we're all family and really good friends, so it's really cool. But yeah, no, I would say yeah, so pretty crazy how that works.
And I wanted to ask you, is there anybody in the future that you want to collaborate with? Anybody. It could be anybody.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely, I would definitely love to do, and this is like obviously like a dream,
Mm-hmm.
Type of a thing, but
Yeah.
Absol,
Okay.
probably one of the best rappers I've ever heard.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? He's just lyrically, and just, his organization of his words are just insane. So he would probably be really up there. But I would love to do, music with Desi. I can't wait for everybody to hear this, John Gibbs track.
I'm very excited to hear that one. Looking forward to that.
It's gonna be sick. But yeah, Desi would be really cool.
That'd be awesome.
Even Bishop, I would be really sick.
That'd be really dope, actually.
And then, yeah, man, just things like that. I also got stuff with Jair.
Okay,
Jair's
okay.
on the Tape Me and Balancer.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to big shout out to him. I'm looking forward to doing a future episode with him when he's not busy. I know there's a lot of work been going around. And I totally understand, but when you are ready, let me know and we'll make this episode happen.
You know what's funny is that I'm performing with him tomorrow. He's on the lineup, so you're gonna see him. I mean,
nice. I'll get to meet him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Man. Hell yeah.
Looking forward to that.
So you'll lock that in, but yeah, man. Just that. I mean, obviously, I would love to work with. There is that other. Who was it? Oh, Soul Spitters.
Okay.
Soul Spitters, Rosewood. We do have a couple, or not a couple, but one track with a lot of people on it. So that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, that's fucking dope.
It's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, it's a long song, but it's like kind of like a vibe song, a smoke song. It's really cool.
It's pretty bad.
But I would love to do more music with like Rosewood. They like Necklace, Cold Sweaters, really cool. Princess, she's freaking dope. So I think that just kind of connecting to more collaborations because it's all coming. But yeah, I would definitely love to work with that dude. What's up? Peace. But yeah, no, shout out to the homie Chris. He's actually the host of a Whole Lot of Nonsense.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he does it.
That's awesome.
Yep.
We'll have to do a future podcast episode. We'll do a podcast and podcast collaboration. Right. So we can make that the first one.
Exactly, dude.
That'd be interesting. That'd be fun.
In one.
We should do that. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
We'll definitely set that up for everybody. So I got two more final questions as we're gonna wrap it up for this. For this show. And I know this is gonna sound wild, but you even made a whole song about it. But if you had a message for yourself or for the younger version of you, what would it be? I know I ask every single artist this question, and it happens to be you actually made a whole song about this. So, I mean, is there a specific message for yourself?
Mm-hmm. I would say if I was talking to my younger self, I probably would tell him to just keep going. I mean, like I said earlier too, I mean, I do wish that I was, trying to do music or like record on my own. Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, I do looking back, I kind of appreciate the journey. Yeah. Because it really is what led me to do a lot of cool things. So it's, I would just say to keep going, and utilize your resources. I think that would be the two things that I'll tell my younger self, just so that he, you would take advantage of every opportunity that's given to you, so that's probably what I would say.
I appreciate sharing that. And, final question is, what is, if you had one message for the world, what would that be? What's your message to the world that you want to share? And with chat as well.
With chat? One message to the world, man, to the whole world. The whole entire world.
Yeah, because folks from Germany, UK, we're going to have people from Vietnam they're going to be listening to. So I got a whole crowd out there.
Yeah, I would say, I guess one message to the world would always to try to keep trying to be positive. Because, and I say trying because not in a literal sense, but literally in a physical sense. I mean, it's easy to see a lot of burden and a lot of things around you that make you obviously depressed and see the negative. But if you keep trying to be positive, there's really only positive things that can come out of you doing that. And there's a lot of things that are under that too, as far as just being kind and doing the right thing. But yeah, just keep trying to be positive, because you never know, what could happen next, and you never know who you're impacting.
That's
so
true.
I would say that.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
And like I said, for chat, for everybody, thank you guys for taking your time to listen to this live stream episode of Around the Loop with Gideon.
Yes, sir.
And thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for setting this all up. Honestly, really, really appreciate it. And it was an honor, privilege, and looking forward to doing an interview with your brother too.
Yeah.
To having everybody else out there too, because my whole goal is to share you guys' voice, to share Oceanside, share the talent that's out there, even in San Marcos, Carlsbad, you name it, San Diego, all the artists in SoCal,
Right.
and NorCal too. If you come down here as well, it's all up to you. But I really appreciate that. Thank you for taking your time, for being on the show, and also just to remind the world and chat as well about your latest album coming out, and when do you plan to drop that?
Yeah, so I'm planning to drop that late next month. I'm planning that right now. I think it's the 18th or the 25th.
Okay.
We're planning that out, but we'll be dropping on one of those Mondays.
Nice.
And yeah, man. I think it's gonna be called The Astral Origin. And I basically just named it that because Astral is like obviously my brand, but it's I'm showing people what it means to me.
Yes.
And what origin it is has meaning for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it'll be cool, man. My first kind of studio album. Rugged was kind of like a mixtape, but this one is actually handled with a lot of care, a lot of mixing and mastering that I didn't do myself, and I went to record in certain places. So yeah, man, I'm excited for it, and I look forward to sharing it with you guys. I mean, you'll see me posting it. Be sure to follow all the socials. Instagram, all that, YouTube Shorts, TikTok. I'm going to be posting it. So if you guys want to hear all of it, definitely keep up with that. But yeah, man, I got that upcoming album with that. We got Me and Balance. Could drop pretty soon, any given day. It's called Peak.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Lucas are starting officially, the volume 2 of Hunger Tapes. So
awesome.
A few other things to look out for.
Thank you. And also, I mean, you can mention again your podcasts out there.
Yes,
so for folks, I'm about sharing, so it's not an issue.
Right.
So let's put your podcast out there as well, so
Hell
the world
yeah,
can hear
man.
it.
So the new podcast, Oceanside's new podcast, Whole Lot of Nonsense. It's basically just me and the homies riffing off each other and just kind of having fun. It's shout out to Chris, very funny dude actually. Hope he pursues comedy. That's one of those things that he wanted to do. Homie Kyle, really cool dude, and the homie Zaza Zay, he out here. Mother home is Artie. He actually lives here, and he man, just his new music is coming out soon too. So keep out the lookout for that. And he'll be definitely here, and you'll see him in the streams, and they've definitely seen him already. But that's the podcast, and I hope that we can have hella episodes.
Appreciate that. No, and I'm looking forward to we're gonna do more episodes with all these artists. We'll do one with Balance and you. So stay tuned, chat, and for the folks who are around the loop too. There's going to be a lot more episodes coming in, so it's only going to get better from here. So like I said, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you, chat, too, for listening, for watching as well. And that's going to be a wrap for Around the Loop. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Making every move count. Never catch me with a doubt. Never catch me with a doubt. Winning every single day. Never chase no cloud. You should never run away. Set goals that big. That'll help it elevate. Really above those stars. Astral gang is here to stay. Hey, winning every single